So, what you're currently looking at is a rapper Quavo being emasculated in front of the entire nation. This is not a stretch. This is what the Democrat Party does. They like to get black men and break them down. So, Quavo is someone who lost a family member, Takeoff, one of the greatest rappers of our generation, and he passed up in Houston to gun violence, unfortunately, over a dice game. He wasn't the intended target. Guns shots went off, and Takeoff unfortunately fell out. Quavo comes out now to address the gun violence and speak out. This was a few months ago. But what I want people to focus on is the way that Quavo has to present himself versus Kelly Rowland just about 2 days ago when she came out on stage with Beyonce. This is something that Democrats enjoy to frequently do. They like to get our strong men and create feminine energy and promote that to the masses and say, this is what black is. This is what black America is. And then they get the women and they empower the women and tell them this is what black America is. And more importantly, they tell the women, this is what you're supposed to look like. So if you got Kelly Rowland on stage wearing a full suit, looking like she should be shucking and jiving, and we got Quavo looking like he's ready to bartend at Magic City Strip Club, there is a problem. And I love Quavo. That's his music. But the thing is, they allow for men to present themselves in a feminine nature while promoting black women to present themselves in a masculine nature. We have to understand this stuff is intentional. These people that control the world, they're pushing numerology. They're pushing astrology. They're pushing what your birthday is. They're pushing these energies. These people are very aware of the things that we are not, and that gives them the advantage. And they're playing a fool on us. One of the greatest quotes is, the world is a stage. And black people, unfortunately, being used as the court jesters. They are destroying the nuclear family value. Why? If you can convince a woman that she don't need a man and she can be as masculine as him, and if you can convince a man that he doesn't have to be strong and tough at all times and to be a defender, he could be a victim if he wants to, and he could be in a position to be more fluid, as they might say, and allow the woman to lead his household, it creates a broken household, unfortunately. And what a broken household leads to? More government dependency. Which party is looking for more government? The Democrat Party. Every time a Democrat is president, we see about 12 new government offices that open up, claiming it's to help the communities that they've destroyed. More importantly, most of the times these communities are black communities. They are using us as a narrative. We need to break these narratives. They are efficiently replacing strong masculine men with feminine men and replacing feminine women with masculine women. It completely destroys the nuclear family value, and it destroys the household. In turn, leads to more government dependency. To break that down a little bit, what happens? The mother might have to get on food stamp. She might try it all she can. That's government dependency. After the food stamp, she's tried all she could. Maybe she's unable to help the child. The father gets sent to prison because he can't provide. Out of the problems, he's a feminine man, which means he's reacting on his emotions, and being a man, it leads him to be violent. Now he's arrested, which now he depends on the government to survive through the prison system, right? And the court systems to have a chance out. That's dependent on government. That helps Democrats. Boom, school to prison type line. Then the mother depending on food stamp, that helps the government until she ultimately can't keep the kid, has to give the kid up for adoption, leading to more government restrictions and more government surveillance on that entire family. It's more dependency, and that's their end goal. There's a reason why they bombed our cities. A lot of people aren't aware. It was a Democrat governor, James B.A. Robertson, that bombed Black Wall Street, not a Republican. They have always been our enemy. There is nothing new with this. They bombed our city. And look up Seneca Village. Seneca Village, also known as Central Park, New York. Yeah, Central Park used to be a black village. You found out who was in power back then, and you tell me if they're Republican. And don't talk about the party switch, because if the party switch, please show me a list of governors, a list of senators and Republicans that all switched the same year or within a 4-year span. If you can't find it, then they didn't switch. You can say ideas of people could switch. The parties didn't switch, bro. So if a Democrat did it then, they did it now. We can see the Republican Party become more open to quite honestly, homosexuality. They've come more open to gay marriage. They've come more open to these things of not transgenderism and targeting the children, but being honest, as a lifelong Republican, I've been a Republican since 6, they are more lenient. So it's showing that it ain't the same party it was. Whether we like it or not, it's not the same party that it was. Parties can change over time, but not a drastic change like they said to switch. They were our enemy then, they're our enemy now, and there's no propaganda that can push past that. Now for Kelly Rowland, she goes up there with all this emotion standing beside Beyonce. And you got Quavo standing there like this, submissive, head down the whole time, versus Kelly Rowland that's looking up with her head held high, wearing a suit. A zoot suit, like I say, shucking and jiving. There's a reason for this. There's a reason why they are to look masculine and we look feminine. It's time for us to wake up and take our identity back. Even my dog know it. You hear him in the background, possibly. I'm hoping everyone.
A day.
And they always make them loud and obnoxious almost. I don't know. But I'm hoping you're enjoying this. Please like, comment, and subscribe on the next post. And we'll keep this moving. Most importantly, click the notification bell.